If Fart Eyes becomes a chain, great. If Fart Eyes stays one movie, that's fine.
Right.
There's a joke somewhere in there about like Fart Eyes and getting like pink eye or whatnot, but I'll stop there.
Screaming was not putting that together. Great.
Hello. Do you want to play a game?
What's your favorite scary movie?
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Here's Johnny.
The power of Christ compels you! The power of Christ compels you!
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
Welcome to Talking Horror with Jamie and Nikisha.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
And I'm Nikisha, and this is Talking Horror with Jamie.
And Nikisha.
Where we share our love for all things scary and talk horror through the lens of human behavior. Welcome, everyone.
Oh my god, Nikisha, I literally just noticed your
Exactly.
Lulu shirt. Holy crap, I
That's so
love
good.
that. Oh my god.
Yes. See, that's why you have to be watching us on YouTube as
Yes,
well.
you're missing some prime swag.
Some prime swag because happy Valentine's Day or Single Awareness Day to those who celebrate.
What about Galentine's?
Or Galentine's Day. Yes,
Mhm.
I subscribe
Just
to
love, all
Galentine's
the
Day.
love, all the love.
All the love all around, and that's why I had to wear my little Delulu shirt because as cancers we like to feel a little Delulu. That's fine, I've accepted it, it's okay. So today for Valentine's Day we are talking about the 2025 rom-com slasher Heart Eyes.
No, you thought they're on people!
What are you doing?
We kill couples, right? We're not a couple, we barely know each other, so back the fuck off!
911, what's your emergency?
I was like, what sound will I make? And then that was all that happened.
That's all we had. I wish I had those glasses that are in the shape of a heart because I also would have worn that too.
Yes. Yes.
It's all good. So Heart Eyes was directed by Josh Rubin and is written by Philip Murphy, Christopher Landon, and Michael Kennedy. And it stars Olivia Holt and Mason Gooding, which I always keep forgetting that Mason Gooding is Cuba Gooding's son. And that just like...
Wait, I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's his son, nepotism. But I love him. Like
I did not
Yeah.
realize that. However, that doesn't surprise me now that I
Yes.
know that piece of information. Also, I learned Christopher Landon, who wrote this and directed like Freaky and all those like horror comedies, he's Michael Landon's son.
Oh,
Michael Landon is the father Pa on Little House on the Prairie back in this like 60s, 70s.
nice. Yes.
I had no
yes.
idea that. Like, I was
Neither.
doing some Wikipedia and I was like, what?
People
What?
just kind of sneak in and you just don't really know. And you're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. It runs deep in the
Runs
family.
deep. Nepotism runs deep.
It
Wait, did you know
does.
Michael Landon attended Collingswood High School in Collingswood, New Jersey?
No.
No. Hey, New Jersey. What's up?
Woo woo! Shout out.
Oh,
Ayo.
shout out New Jersey. Ew.
What
Yeah,
up?
didn't know that. But I will say I do like Mason as a up and coming scream king though.
Same. I find
Yeah.
him very charming. I think he's a good
Yeah.
actor.
Mhm, mhm.
I'm as not excited as I'm even though I'm not excited for Scream 7,
Right.
I am happy that like he's working and he's still going to play that character in that movie.
Yeah, I was happy to see that he was going to come back as that character.
Yeah.
But I was excited for him in this, and I'm very excited to talk about it. If you haven't seen it, it is streaming on Netflix right now. 'Tis the season. So if you don't have any plans, or if you want to just watch a cute little slasher with your loved one, I think this is a good one to watch. So heavy spoilers for this. And Jamie, please hit us with those trigger warnings.
Love,
Oh.
romance, disgusting. References to Valentine's Day,
Yeah.
gross. But there is some murder.
Murder. Yes.
There is some slashing. There is some I feel like we're kink shaming by highlighting like sexual homicide as like a kink, It's like, are we dismissing people who are like, does that make sense? Does what I said just make sense?
I don't believe that you are justifying murder, but I'm with you.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Just to clarify, I'm not justifying murder. Okay. I'm saying that I'm saying the movie is kink shaming people, but using an extreme thing to kink shame. Does that make sense? Okay, cool,
yes.
Cool.
That makes total sense. Yes, I'm
sure. Cool, awesome. I was like, whoa, everyone just got a really different opinion of me there.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, like slashing, the slaughtering, insides, outsides, fire murder.
I like that though. Fire murder.
I mean, I feel like immolated is probably a better way than fire murder. But yeah.
Tomato.
Yeah. Thruples. Yeah, just like dating in general. Big trigger.
Yes. Stalking the exes, all the things.
Jewelry marketing.
Oh yeah. Blood diamonds. Yes.
Blood diamonds. Decapitation.
Yes. The best.
The best.
The best.
We know how Nikisha likes to have a good time on a date.
Yeah, let's go. I don't think there's anything else, but I mean, yeah, it's a slasher, so people are getting slashed.
Yeah,
get slashed. Great. Well, before we get into everything that is Heart Eyes, producer Brian is going to offer up a couple of words.
Just a couple.
Sure. Hi, everybody. Hi, YouTube. And hello to her. And hello, everybody who is listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you're getting this podcast. Thank you. Again, you can follow us at Talk Horror Pod. We do a lot of other things there. Reviews, lists, movies that we don't cover here. So check us out there on Instagram and on TikTok at Talk Horror Pod. And then you on our YouTube, you can discover us there. Like John 4 Rock 5 wrote, just discovered your channel. Love it. Thank you very much. That was on our When Evil Lurks episode.
Cute.
So thank you so much. And hopefully you're watching this one. We can say hello to you. We would really love for you to, anyone, not just John 4 Rock 5, to rate and review us. It helps us with our our algorithm. And that would be really, really, really helpful.
This is very good.
Cool.
Yeah.
That is my spiel.
Gorge. Well, have you guys watched anything new this week?
Probably.
Yeah. Pull up that letterbox.
See. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. I watched Greenland 2 Migration finally.
Oh, okay.
I had fun, but disappointing. I'm a huge fan of the first one. I love the first one. I think it's one of the better disaster movies we've gotten in a while. And this one was good. I was happy to see my friends again. But overall, it didn't get me it was a little boring. The acting was good, but the story wise, I was kind of like, eh. Although it was very cool to watch a sequel to a disaster movie. You never get a sequel to a disaster movie where it continues the story as opposed to just another situation with, whatever. So that was kind of cool. I watched Luc Besson's Dracula. That comes out this month. I'm of two minds. My first mind is that I thought it was a really interesting take on Dracula. The performances in it are spectacular. Tonally, it's a little bit all over the place, but it was a very interesting take on Dracula. On the flip side, the director, Luc Besson, is a piece of fucking shit. He is a monster in real life. He's a fucking asshole. He should be put to death. That was maybe extreme, but like what he's done is like inexcusable, awful.
Okay.
I'm not going to talk about it here. You can look it up if you're really interested. So I don't ever say this, but like, don't fucking support that movie. I got a screener of it and I watched it, but like, don't support this guy. When you can like find it somewhere not so, you know,
sail the high seas.
Yeah, if you want to sail the high seas, then you can watch it. Don't give this person money or time, your time. So that's what I'll say about that. But a lot of other people put a lot of hard work into that, some good performances, some great blah blah blah. So I wanted to shout out that like it's very interesting take that a lot of people together created a movie, but he's a fucking piece of shit. So like don't watch it at a later date if you're interested at all. In the meantime, just fucking watch Bram Stoker's Dracula with Lydia Dietz and Gary Oldman. Gary Coleman is not in that film.
Gary Coleman, that's incredible.
That's I think all that I watched.
That's the one with Christopher Waltz, the Dracula.
Yeah, Christopher Waltz is in it.
Okay,
he's not Dracula though.
Right. Yeah. Yes.
Jamie, did we watch anything else?
We watch something else? I feel like we did, but like I can never.
Not horror, I don't think. We watched The Wrecking. I watched The Wrecking Crew. We watched The Replacements.
That's
yeah. Fight or Flight and Kick Ass. I watched Sphere for the first. I'd never seen Sphere before. It sucks.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah,
don't watch Sphere.
It was on Tubi. I was like applying for jobs and stuff while Sphere was on today, and it's not good. Okay, man. That's what I watched. But follow my Letterboxd, Nutty Professor on Letterboxd. You can see all my reviews, all my really intense reviews. For instance, my review of Sphere is, how is this so boring? Yes. My Replacements review, 2000s perfection. So that's the kind of quality reviews you'll see from me if you follow me there.
Love it. Well, I randomly was hanging out with a friend last night and we watched the recent I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Had you seen it before?
And I hadn't seen it before.
Oh, shit. Spoilers. If you don't want to find out what happens in the I Know What You Did Last Summer reboot, skip ahead. We're gonna do spoilers here because we can't talk about how we felt about it without spoiling the movie.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay, so I agree. 1, 2, 3. Nikisha, what'd you think of the film?
I thought that the stakes were not high enough for what was happening at the beginning, especially in comparison to the previous ones of what they did, and having to hide it and all that stuff like that. I feel like what we talk about a lot with just communicating, things would be better than they thought it would be. So then for the rest of the movie, I was just kind of like waiting for all of the guest star appearances. It was absolutely fan service. And I absolutely hated, oh God, what's his name? Who was the lead in him? His wig throughout the whole movie bothered the hell out of me. The minute that he popped up on screen, I was just like, what is this wig? Why does he have this? And I feel like also the lead girl too. I was like, I have a deep appreciation for people who do wigs in for theater and for movies and things, because it is a hard job. But God, that wig was just so distracting to me.
It's also like, how much work goes into it. So when someone has a bad one, you're like, what did this person do to you that you gave them this?
Right. Wig.
Yeah.
Like,
what did they do?
Yeah. Like Jessica Chastain's not that mean to get that big.
Right.
Mama.
Right. But yeah, I just was there for the fan service of it all because it's the exact same thing, but with, Gen Z generation stuff. And I feel like it was still, kind of making fun of itself in some ways. But I'm glad that I didn't have to pay a lot of money to see it. I'll say
sure. Here's my hot take on I Know What You Did Last Summer reboot. I think the first half hour of this movie is awesome. I think it's stupid. I think the characters are silly but interesting. I thought that their chemistry was really good. I thought that it was clever that the town is trying to kind of revitalize themselves, like because of the murders that had happened, like that whole like real estate ecosystem and redoing the town and whatnot. Really interesting, honestly. And it was going to be a stupid teen whatever. This fucking second that they brought in the old characters is when the movie goes downhill significantly. Like, because it's not justified. Like, oh, this happened to Julie James or whatever her name is. Like, we got to ask her. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like just because somebody like happened in that, like, I don't know. It felt, it went beyond silly, like in why they would talk to her and all of that. Like, if these teens were just dealing with the thing that they had to deal with, while like similar to the first one, that's more interesting. But I understand this movie wouldn't get sold to maybe made if like you didn't have those people in it, and I get that. But that is what ruins this movie for me, because I thought they were on the right track for something fun. Not great, but fun. And then it just gets bogged down in the fan service bullshit, especially the reveal at the end, which is just fan service. Like
awful reveal at the end.
Yes.
Like, I hated that he was a part of it even remotely. Like,
it doesn't make sense.
That makes no sense. And then when we talk about the human behavior aspect of it all, and like, oh, he didn't process his trauma, so that's why he helped her do this. That made no sense to me.
No, not at all. Like, to me, it seemed like the only way they can get Freddie Prinze Jr. back is if he got to do something fun, like
interesting,
that. Interesting, and not just come back.
But it also like totally undermines the fact that like he's the red herring in the first movie. It's like, okay, now, because that's like they do that intentionally. So now you're just doing it for real. Like, that's lazy.
Yeah, totally.
Yes.
Yeah. So
well, last thing on it, because I know we're not here to talk about it, but I don't mind seeing those people, but I agree with y'all that how heavily they were involved in everything was just kind of like, okay, I don't need this. And what really got me, y'all, was when she said to Freddie Prinze Jr., "What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?" And I just rolled my eyes and sighed so hard.
It was very bad.
It's so bad. It's like I don't mind seeing them. Like I said, like I knew they were a part of it, so I'm like, okay, when are they going to come up? But it was just how much they were involved in it. I agree completely. Like, they didn't need to be.
Did you enjoy the after credit sequence?
I wanted to see Brandy, and I saw Brandy, and that's it.
yeah, that's all that matters.
That's
okay.
It. You know
I'm
what
good.
I mean?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like, I'm good. Brandy was there. Cool.
Did you watch The Front Room with her?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we talked about this.
We did?
Yes.
I didn't remember that. Okay, never mind.
Man,
Nikisha was like, it was bad.
Okay, I didn't remember at all. Thank you.
Bad.
You were like, it was bad, and that lady was like super racist, and it was weird.
It was. And that's exactly. That's what I feel.
Okay.
I still feel that way.
Yeah, great. Cool.
Nothing is missed.
All right. And nothing is missed. Okay. We're here to talk about Hard Eyes. So now we're back. If you're back with us.
We're back, baby.
We're back, baby. And Brian is going to give us a 2-minute plot summary of Hard Eyes.
What's the plot?
Okay. Are we all ready for this? You're going to be blown away.
I mean, are you ready?
No.
Great.
No.
All right. So you have 2 minutes on the clock to make us fall in love with Hard Eyes.
Fart eyes.
Yep. Great. You got that out of your system now?
Not out, but it's
brewing.
It's brewing.
Great.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so Valentine's Day, there's a Hard Eyes killer. He wears a mask with hearts in his eyes, and he kills happy couples. And it's every Valentine's Day that he's like out and about, and it's a different city every time. We meet Allie. Allie is a jewelry company marketeer, if you will. And she's recently broken up with her douchey fucking boyfriend. And she basically like botches the pitch. for the new commercial, and so she's paired with this consultant named Jay. That's the Mason Gooding character. They go to dinner. She kisses him or something like that because the ex-boyfriend is there. So like, long story short, the Hard Eyes Killer sees this and thinks that they're a happy couple. So they are being hunted by the Hard Eyes Killer. Then the cops, Hobbs and Shaw, if you didn't pick up on that one, Hobbs and Shaw, that's Devon Sawa and Jordana Brewster. They are hunting down the serial killer as well. They think Jay did it because of like a ring that had his initials on it, whatever. But he ends up not having done it. And you know, there's a lot of good kills in this. There's a lot of funny stuff happening in this. I'm just doing plot here, obviously, because this is the plot section. And at the end, it ends up being. Allie ends up realizing that she's fallen in love with Jay because, like, duh. And then it ends up being Jordana Brewster, as well as the IT guy from David. And they had a third who was like part of their throuple. Anyway, they kill because it's a kink and they want to see happy couples die. And then Allie and Jay end up fucking killing them in a church, and she gets decapitated on St. Valentine statue, and then they get married. They propose to each other at the end, and everyone is happy. And then there's a really funny mid-credit sequence where you think they're back, but it's just a prank call. And then maybe the killer's back. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, that was Hard Eyes.
And that's the plot.
Yay!
Hearts for eyes.
Hearts for eyes. Gorgeous. All right, let's get into it with our first segment, Trick or a Treat, where we let you know right off top, was this a treat? We loved it. Or we don't know how we feel about it, or we're kind of neutral about it. And Trick wasn't our cup of tea.
Trick. Treat.
So, Jamie, trick or a treat?
I think it's a treat.
Grand. Brian?
Treat. Definitely a treat.
Yeah, definitely a treat for me as well. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Great. So let's talk about it with likes and gripes.
And now our likes and gripes.
Brian, do you want to go first?
Oh, sure. Howdy do. I love a horror comedy. Mm-hmm. And I like when a horror comedy, I'm not a slasher guy, meaning like I'll watch slashers, I enjoy them, but like that is not my go-to subgenre of horror at all. Yeah, I grew up watching Scream and stuff like that, but like the slasher genre is I know it's your thing, Nikisha. Jamie introduced me to a lot of those slashers as well, but like that was the biggest hole in my kind of, when we started this podcast and stuff like that. That was the biggest hole in my like horror directory, if you will, my horror portfolio. But now that we've watched a lot of these and whatnot, slasher comedies are absolutely some of my favorite subgenre, like because they get to make fun of the things that I don't really like about slasher movies. Mm-hmm. Plus they can get even more creative with kills than a regular slasher movie, because then it like that's a part of the comedy of it all. And I really like this. I also thought that the casting in this was really good. This Devon Sawa, Jordana Brewster, like we talked about Mason Gooding. I think Olivia Holt was good. I never really watched Disney Channel, or Freeform, so I don't know like her that well.
Wasn't she in the Kierna Ship? We were just talking about that time travel horror movie, and I think she plays the younger version of her mom.
God, yes. Why is it slipping my brain?
Totally Killer.
Thank you.
Totally Killer.
Yes,
mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. That clicked. That really
that.
Connected. Yeah. Cool. That's a great movie.
You're welcome.
Thanks for that. Yes.
Cool.
Slasher comedy.
Slasher comedy. Excellent. I like that movie a lot. Yeah, one. Totally. Mm-hmm. I also like all the Christopher Landon horror movies,
Mhm.
like Freaky, Happy Death
Freaky Deaky.
Day, all that stuff. So, and I thought the kills in this were really fun. The performances were good, and I laughed a lot, like genuinely laughed, not like
Yeah.
and you know, and the plot moves forward nicely. Like this movie is never slow; it really clips along. I thought the standoff in the church at the end was funny. It was funny and gory and wonderful. Like, and I know Jamie will get into this, so I don't want to like steal any of that thunder.
You can
but like,
steal thunder.
no. Josh Rubin just did a great job with this, and he just his ability to balance tone in a horror slasher and on a horror comedy in general, because he also did Werewolves Within. His
Nice.
ability to balance tone overall is like very impressive. Everyone seemed like they were having a good time. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I really liked the winery sequence at the beginning.
Gorgeous.
It's just really the tension in a lot of those kills are really fun. I didn't really know because there were so many stunt casting in this, if you will, like the Joanna Brewster, the Devon Sawa. There's a couple other people. Like I really didn't know who the killer was going to be. Like I feel like if you're watching Thanksgiving, like you can kind of guess based on the casting, but like
Yes.
in this, like because they like did a lot of that type of casting, and for whatever reason, were we trying to figure it out? I don't remember, but like I don't think we like really sat there like I think it's this part. I think we were just like there really along for the ride.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm thinking for some reason I'm thinking of Cursed, where we were kept guessing. We never yeah, I don't yeah. I don't really have any like specifics for this one. And I know I usually do, but like I kind of didn't take notes when we watched it. Like I just enjoyed this for what it was. It was a fun romp. I don't know if I maybe her boss was like I'm thinking of gripes that I have with this movie. Maybe the boss was maybe was a little sloppy in the like explanation at the end. Maybe the boss, Michaela Watkins, was a little bit over the top. I love her though. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't really have like.
You don't have to
I
have a
wasn't
gripe
bored
about this.
Yeah, I don't
It's
really
all
have
good.
like a big gripe. Yeah, I like want to, but like I don't really.
Yeah.
The design was cool, like of the mask.
Excellent.
Very memorable.
Mm-hmm.
This was in my top 10 last year?
Or at least honorable mention.
I think it was an honorable mention.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me check my lists. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about this one. I don't have a lot to say because I just had like a nice time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And it seems like with holiday
This was 14. This was number 14.
Oh, so honorable mention, yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, with other holiday horror movies, it feels like, at least I'll say for me, that the bar is kind of low for these kinds of movies. So I feel like watching this one, it just exceeds your expectation of other holiday horror movies. And that's what just makes it fun to sit and watch.
Yeah. This actually is, for a Valentine's Day movie, this actually is a good date movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how much like My Bloody Valentine as a Valentine's Day movie is a good like date movie. This one, as if you two of you really like horror movies and want a horror comedy, like this is a really good Valentine's date movie.
It is. It's so sweet, and it really does lean into the cheesy rom-com of it all on top of all of the slasher, which makes it even more fun. But I'm gonna let Jamie go next and do her likes and gripes.
No, I mean Brian said a lot of it. I think my like hesitation of like it's a treat is more so that like I'm also not, I wouldn't say that I don't like slashers, but that's not like my top of like horror genre. So I just feel like it's a very heavily saturated, like, you know, film area within horror overall. So I feel like while I had a fun time with this, it didn't like blow me away. And like, I feel like there's just like a lot of kind of, you know, pretty specific, similar tropes that most slashers utilize. I do agree also with Nikisha, though, that like, holiday specific horror movies are pretty poopy. So like having one that, is trying something a little bit different and is a little bit more engaging, and that it doesn't feel like a throwaway of like, do we have a horror like, Ides of March movie yet, or do we have a horror like stuff like that?
Yes.
Yeah. So, we're like grasping for straws at different holidays, and it doesn't feel like this is what's happening. So I appreciate that. And I will speak more on what Brian was talking about. This is part of my ongoing thesis that I've mentioned a few times, is that people with funny backgrounds make really good horror movies.
Yes.
Josh Rubin has an improv background. He does a lot on, you've probably seen him on Dropout or clips of Dropout on your TikToks. He's really funny. Add him to the list along with Jordan Peele and of course every single name that I ever
Zach
have
Kreger.
said. Yes, thank you. I think that's part of why balancing a funny and scary tone like works really well, is like being able to truly understand both sides. I also, something that I think about with this particular like, romantic horror comedy is I think that this leans into the romance even more than a lot of other like romantic horror films do.
Agreed.
Which I don't hate, and maybe that's part of why I'm kind of like, oh yeah, it's a treat, but like it's still like whatever. I'm not like a huge like rom-com, romantic drama like film watcher.
Interesting.
So that just might be, oh my god, did I give you the impression that like all I watch are like romantic movies?
Maybe not that, but Cancer to Cancer, I would feel like you would indulge a tiny bit in some.
So like here's my reality is when I watch those movies, I am a broken puddle person. Like I can't handle them. Like Brian has seen me at the end of the movie like get up and walk to the bathroom because I have snot dripping all over my face because I have to like blow my nose 1,000 times. Like I'm deeply affected by these movies, and so I avoid them because I already feel things so deeply. I don't need to like be triggered by like a movie that is just like, and then they fell in love and I'm like, oh my god,
yeah.
Like I can't, so I don't watch them like all the time. Like I really have to be in the right, what was that?
Can confirm.
Yes. I have to be in like the right mood to watch a lot of movies, which is why I default to horror, because I find them comforting as opposed to like giving me this like big emotional, thing. But it's not just about like the romance in particular. I like that. I think that there's something really charming about them leaning into like it's giving How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days if it was like a horror movie, like just like the jewelry, like advertising, like all of that stuff.
Frost yourself.
Yeah, just frost yourself. But I think that's what like I find unique about this particular movie is focusing more on that as opposed to like it feels romantic first, slasher second, as opposed to the other way around.
Agreed.
And I think that makes it interesting. Yeah, I think the romance is like a little bit more than the horror. So, but I think kind of what you were talking about before with like Werewolves Within also is like really funny, like really, really funny. And just like the delivery of a lot of lines and like it's, I think that the horror seems to be kind of like a secondary element, but when you get it, it is still like very intense. It's like in these shorter bursts, like, that's what you're getting with the slashers, like stuff like that. So this is my evaluation. My very thoughtful evaluation. Anyway, what were you gonna say, Brian?
No, I also think that the only difference between a comedy and a horror movie is the score. That's it.
Yeah.
if you even the same edit, if you take the same edit and score the movie differently, it's funny. Like it's and so I think that directors who really understand comedy like can balance that tone way better than someone that is like too self-serious or too whatever, like because then it becomes like an M. Night Shyamalan as opposed to like a Jordan Peele or Zach Kreger or as you know or Josh Rubin. And then we talked about other ones that are escaping my mind now too. But yeah, I mean that's just the way it is. Yeah.
Oh well, Michael Showalter's coming out with his horror movie this year, which I'm very curious about.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to comment too on Jamie's mentioning of the romance and the comedy, because I also had that in one of my likes, that it feels like they're making fun of rom-coms, like How to Lose a Guy's Internet within the horror movie trope of it all. And that makes it even more exciting because I do enjoy a rom-com, though in real life I'm like, everybody get the hell away from me. But I'll watch a rom-com or a straight up romance. The Notebook, have it on DVD, one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
I
just
love
fully
a
fully destroys me.
And drama.
And fully destroys me every time.
Oh, I look for movies that are going to destroy me because I love that feeling.
Yeah, that weirds me out. Remember when I made you watch A Walk to Remember for the first time? And I was like, this exactly, Nikisha. Exactly.
Wow.
And like I haven't watched it in years. And like just Mandy Moore singing her little song, I'm like, no.
Meanwhile, I'm like, what the fuck is this and why do I love it so much?
Yeah, oh my god.
Like,
wild movie. Shane West with a dreamboat.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
First of all, Shane West, ER doctor. Second of all, we watched that. I did not know anything about the movie. I didn't. Like, I didn't know the twist or anything like that. I fucking gasped. Like, that shit came out of nowhere. I feel like that's what Nicholas Sparks like stories do. They like the it's not even a twist. It's just a fucking like it's just an H bomb that hits the
devastating.
movie with like
yes.
Yeah, I fucking love that shit. Like my favorite movie of all time like makes me sob uncontrollably. Like that's
Cinema Paradiso.
Cinema Paradiso. Like that shit is I like I still have to watch Hamnet for the Oscars.
Oh,
like,
yes.
Like that's gonna fuck me up, and I can't wait.
Yes. Let me know how Hamnet is.
You see it
about that? I haven't seen it, but I want to see it. I need to go.
Or like
see
Past Lives.
Oh my god!
Don't tell me about it. I need to watch it. And
oh my god, Nikisha!
I know. It's on my list. It's on my
Past
list.
Lives is one of my favorite. Past Lives is one of my favorite films of all time.
I heard it
fucked me up.
Gorgeous.
I think about it every day.
Oh my god!
And I'm not exaggerating. I think about Past Lives every day.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It's an incredible film.
And the same thing with horror, where people just need maybe a safe space to feel their anxiety. I feel the same way about romantic movies, a safe space to feel your Delulu feelings that you hide from the world. And that has been Parlor Talk on rom-coms, everyone.
Come, sit, have a drink. It's Parlor Talk.
I would
if
argue.
You want more recommendations? We're happy to give them.
I would argue that was a Parlor Talk for genre safe spaces.
Oh, there you go. I'll take that. Yes. Genre safe spaces.
I like this.
I do. But you guys have said all the things that I also enjoy about this movie. It was in my top 10 for movies of last year, just because of how I was not expecting much, and it delivered above and beyond for me. And like we said, everyone is charming. It's perfect casting. But I also want to point out, and I think Brian mentioned it a little bit, is soundtrack. I absolutely loved the soundtrack to this entire movie. You had Outcast in there, you had Frankie Valli in there. It was just everything, and it fit so well, having moments of romance and having the sweetest song, and they're covered in blood, you know, or they're being chased, and the whole movie theater drive-in scene was also fantastic.
So good. Like, another thing I'll say about this movie is I thought that the shot composition of this movie was excellent, in that, like, I knew where everyone was at every point in time. I was never confused in the action sequences, if you will, in the you know, like,
how you're juggling.
Just like the director, juggling. But yeah, I really appreciate when a movie lets me enjoy the sequence as opposed to like working hard in the sequence as an audience member.
Yes, it was very good about landing you in a space, you know where you are and where the characters are, and you can sit and enjoy the dialogue or whatever is moving the action forward, you know. And I love, just another thing about the direction, anytime there's blood and splatter and it gets on the camera, for some reason that just is so fun to me, and I think it just adds to the comedy of it all.
Interesting.
Of you're watching this movie and here's like blood splattered on the camera.
Okay, so can I
talk about it, please?
That always takes me out of a movie.
Really?
Because it's indicative of the camera being there.
Yes.
All of a sudden, I'm not watching I know I'm watching a movie, but part of the magic of it is that, like, I'm watching this narrative and there's no one, like, there's no crew, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just watching these people. These are real people going through this, like, and then the second the blood hits the camera, when the movie is not like breaking the fourth wall ever, I don't hate it. That's not what I'm saying. But it does take me out, and I need to, like, I need to get back into it. You know, if it's not a laugh, you know what I mean?
Okay. Yes. I can see that.
Same thing with lens flares in movies. Like, J.J. Abrams does lens flares all the fucking time. Spielberg does it every once in a while. But the lens flare, like, it takes me out, because, like, that can only be created by the camera. You know what I mean?
Right,
like, so,
right.
like, it's gorgeous, but it takes me out because I'm watching a movie. I don't know. That's like a crazy thing, but that's the thing that I'm saying.
No, it makes sense. There are moments where I do want to be immersed in the movie and in the story, but I also feel like because this is a comedy, it just adds to the comedy aspect for
totally
me, for that. And then the last thing I'll say, well, two things. We talk about trailer failure a lot, and I think one of the better kills was given away in the trailer, but it still didn't take away from the movie and what Brian talked about, the beginning scene. That whole massacre was excellent, and the ending in the church. In the trailer, they give away the van and the cameras looking through the hole that's created in the girl. That whole thing. But I feel like there was other things surrounding it that was good, and a couple of quotes that I really enjoyed that I thought were funny. These muscles were not made for violence, which I thought was hilarious, because it's after she ditched him and she's trying to justify leaving him with the killer. And she was like, "You're ripped. You can handle yourself. You're fine. I had to run away because I was being chased." And then he just yells, "These muscles weren't made for violence." And then when they're in the police station and she's talking to the police officer at the front desk and the lights go out. And so Allie is trying to follow the police officer, and the police officer says, a little space, any closer and you'd be inside me. And I just died laughing at that, because I thought that was a great line. But other than that, yeah, it's a really fun time. I agree. This is a really great date movie, and they probably will make more of these, and hopefully that doesn't ruin it. But, you know, if you decide to just leave this alone, great. You can just watch this over and over again. I don't feel like there's a need to make 80,000 of these movies.
Yeah. If If Fart Eyes becomes a chain, great. If Fart Eyes stays one movie, that's fine.
Right.
There's a joke somewhere in there about like Fart Eyes and getting like pink eye or whatnot, but I'll stop there.
Screaming was not putting that together. Great. Awesome. Any last thoughts before we move on?
No.
Jamie's like, get
your farts out of here.
All right, let's get into brains.
Tasty, tasty, tasty. Let's share a piece of spaghetti and get closer and then kiss.
Ooh, but it's brains or intestines.
Yeah, brains.
Fun times. This is my date. That's my date idea. Ooh. Okay, romantic. So very romantic. My first question to you, and this has to deal with Allie talking about love is destined to end, so there's kind of no point in even trying. So as a mental health professional, what would you say to a person who believes that because love is going to end in some capacity, whether it's death or maybe infidelity, that there's no point of even trying to find a romantic partner?
I mean, I guess it depends on like what their actual goals are, right? Like, who am I to be like, no, you're wrong and you're gonna fall in love, blah blah blah. Like that's that's not my job, right? As a therapist. But if someone is like, I want to find a romantic partner, like that's it, that is their goal. But like then there's all these things that are getting in the way. That they're like, oh well, you know, like I don't like using the apps, and then like I don't have enough you know, friends to go out with in like social situations to meet people, or like start to kind of notice all of these barriers that are getting in the way of the goal that they themselves have like designated. Then kind of exploring like, what do you think is preventing you from like accomplishing this goal? And then if this is part of what comes out of it, like, you know, kind of exploring that, like what makes you think that, you know, there isn't a point, and what is coming up for you when like there is that tension between like wanting to find a companion and feeling like it's not going to work out anyway. But yeah, if they're just not interested and like that's not one of their goals, then like that's not going to be something that we're addressing or working on. If other people are saying like they really want me to and they're not interested, it's like, cool, that's not what you want, so like it doesn't matter what they want.
Exactly. Yes.
So yeah,
great. Which I also love, just the idea of not like I hate, and there's so many social media videos on about this, especially during this time of people saying, "Oh my God, it's gonna happen," you know, when you least expect it. Like it's fine. When in reality, there are people who just don't want to be in relationships, and it's like, can we just let those people be and not thrust all of this unhelpful jargon on them of it's gonna happen, it'll be this and that for you, you know.
Yeah,
super crazy.
I mean, I think like there's a big like thematic life events that like that humanity as a whole is familiar with, that those are the things that people like to interject and offer their opinions, whether they are requested or not.
Unsolicited.
Yes, thank you. That was the word I was looking for.
Yes.
But yeah, so it's like this is one of them, I feel like. And you know, if somebody is looking for a partner, like someone else being like, oh, just like you'll find the right person, blah blah blah, it's like that's not helpful. Like what in what way do you find that type of like comment supportive? Like, you know, if somebody is just saying like, yeah, you know, I'm trying, it's like, yeah, just like keep putting yourself out. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's also like there are these big life events that people want to say things about, but also simultaneously, like they don't actually want to get into real conversations about like, well, why is it so hard? And like, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh yeah, you know, you'll find your person. It's like, okay, cool. Like, thanks for your like shitty sympathetic comment that like isn't helpful. Yeah. Like cool solidarity, but like, no.
Well, because people want to feel like they're helping and they're not, which this goes into it can apply to so many other things, because I feel the same way about grief, and people feel like they're helping in some instances when they're not, when they say just
when
these
they're saying
cliche things.
Yeah. Or like, there's got to be a silver lining, or like, God has his plan, and it's like, shut your face. Like, I'm deeply upset. Like, why do you think that would be a comforting thought? I'm upset now. And like, what purpose? Yeah. You get to just like go through all of the things. Like it happened not the same, but like unsolicited advice during pregnancy of like, get ready to never sleep again. And it's like,
my God.
why do you think that that's a helpful thing to tell somebody?
Right.
So it's just like stuff like that, where I feel like people have these life experiences that everybody else has, or like is on the precipice of having, but then the way that they're communicating about it is like so deeply like impersonal and like not supportive. Like, you don't have to say anything.
That's number one. You don't have to say anything. But when people and that's also just a thing too, like, where do we get that from as a society, that we've all created these collective little pockets of unsolicited advice that we want to give for all of these, like you said, big life situations, whether it be pregnancy, whether it be finding a romantic partner. And it's very fascinating that we all just decided that here are the 10 phrases that you say in these situations that are a supportive thing to say. So yeah, wild and crazy kids. So my next question to you is about attachment styles. And I was just curious, because that also feels like a buzzword that has come about in the past couple of years, that likens to love languages, is what I'm trying to say. And people like talk about, what are your love languages? Well, now it's what are your attachment styles? So my question to you is, if you had to guess, what do you think Allie's attachment style is at the beginning of this movie? And what do you think Jay's attachment style is?
Well, I did want to say, like, I do feel like attachment styles and love languages are still like hot shit right now. Like, people are referencing it all the time.
Sure.
Yes.
Also, as an aside, I'm not going to get on the soapbox. I'm not going to have a parlor talk.
I hope you're going to say what I think you're going to say. I don't know what you're going to say. No, say it.
All I was going to say is that, like, there's nothing wrong. I think it can be super helpful to, work with a therapist and identify what your attachment style is. I think the next part that is lost a lot of the time is like, now what? Like, what are we doing? Like, it's like, okay, I've identified I have an anxious attachment style. Awesome. Do we want to like work through that? Or are you just like going to keep being anxious in all of your relationships forever? You've like TikTok loves to be like, hey, you have an anxious attachment style if you've done this, that, and the other thing. Are you constantly chasing people with avoidant attachment styles? Wow. And it's like, cool. Like, how do we get to the secure attachment? Like, help me get there. So that's just my like little, people love talking about it, but people don't love talking about how they can actually like work through it once they've identified how it might not be serving them.
Yes.
What's up, YouTube? I got an anxious attachment style.
Right.
Exactly. Okay. So I guess, honestly, my thought was for Allie kind of having a avoidant attachment style, but I think part of that comes out of like a breakup. And so like there is this like, like guarded distance for her. I kind of feel like Jay has a secure attachment, but like, he's
a lover boy. But I would subscribe to secure attachment style.
Like, you could be a lover boy and be anxious.
And not be anxious. Oh,
yeah. I know. I mean, you could be, but it's like, is that, because like, is your actions then rooted from a place of like, don't leave me, like I can, but like, I don't get the sense that that's where he's coming from.
I agree with that. Also, this is a slight aside, but about love languages too, just because people talk about it a lot, but just finding out where the root of all of that came from too is fascinating. In the sense of, people are like, oh, what is your love language? And it being developed by like this Christian ideal system that might not have been the best thing. And I'm also just curious, as a therapist, like, do y'all even incorporate or are taught in school, like, to be thinking about love languages?
I mean, not in mine.
That's
but,
what I figured. Like, that's not,
like,
it's not like a, yeah.
But that's not to say I also like don't specialize in like couples work. So like I can't speak to like things that might be more specific to those dynamics.
Fair assessment.
But I think that there's something around how people communicate and like express affection for one another.
Yes.
And that there are different ways that we like, there are ways that we express it and ways that we prefer to receive it. And so, you know, sometimes we prefer to like do things for our partner and maybe we're not as like explicit about saying I love you, but the fact that you're like cleaning up and like doing the laundry and doing the dishes and like all of those things are the ways that you are expressing your affection, or like, you know, including your partner in activities and you know, events and things like that, like wanting to spend that time doing things is how they are expressing that they want to be around their partner all the time, right? But
Yeah.
I think when we prefer to receive affection in a particular way, sometimes I think we miss the efforts that our partners might be putting into making those connections, because it's like, well, I want to hear you say I love you. You like doing these things does not for me equate to like you expressing that you love me. And that's, I think, where like there can be, you know, more awareness around like if we're operating from slightly different wavelengths, even though the underlying like thing is that we love each other, we're just like sharing it and expressing it and communicating about it in different ways. Like, are there ways where we can be more intentional about how we are expressing it so that like our partner is receiving it in a way that like makes sense? So like we might have to adjust how we are expressing it and how we prefer to receive it and like communicate that with our partners so that like we're all just on the same page.
Communication is key for sure. Yes.
For sure.
Oh, show. Great. And this is just a general question for the both of y'all, but in watching this, general question. Yeah, we haven't had that in a while. Yes, general question. What, since it's Valentine's Day, what's your favorite romance trope? Enemies to lovers, friends to lovers, forbidden love, love triangle. Like, what floats your boat when you're watching a rom-com or just a romance movie?
I do like enemies to lovers. I've been, I mean, again, like less movies, but more like reading with like a little bit of the like, you know, cute. I've been way more interested in like the, you know, romantic fantasy type of stuff reading wise, as opposed to watching. So yeah, like enemies to lovers is a good one, or just like these unexpected, like meet cute kind of things.
Yes.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah. I just keep thinking of like Bridgerton, watching the watching the new season, but then I rewatched the first season and thinking about the friends to lovers, and I think I enjoy the friends to lovers vibe for that. What about you, Brian?
So I like when the two best friends get together. The two best friends that are just like, you know, his best friend, her best friend, who are just like, we got to scheme, and this is what, because like, you know, like whatever they're scheming, either scheming together or separately, and or they fight sometimes, but in the end of the day, like they end up like falling in love. But it's always like they're like weird, kinky, or they're like they're just like weird, and I love when they get together. I like that trope when the best.
Well, that there's somebody on Instagram who, I forgot what her name was, but she just replays all tropes in all kinds of different movies. But one that is always fascinating to me is what you're talking about, Brian, is the two best friends who've been friends since they were kids, but now they're adults and maybe they have to pretend like they're dating for like a friend's wedding or something, and then they actually like fall in love or something like that, you know.
So 2 things. One, I'm not even talking about them being best friends. I'm talking about their best friends.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I'm talking about like these side characters that like scheme to get the main character together, and then the side characters get together.
Gotcha.
But
That's
you
fun.
saying that, I do really like when they have to fake a relationship, and they're not enemies. They're not like I definitely appreciate it more when they're best friends, like you know, they're platonic best friends from high school, and then like, oh no, I have to go to this wedding, but my ex is there, like, you gotta come with me. And it's just like I like that a lot. So that's another really good one. Like that's a nice one too. Yes, I watch her too. She's dating Ryan from The Office. I forget her name.
Oh yeah. Fantastic. Yeah, I forgot what her name was, but her videos are always spot on with those kinds of things. Great. Should we Rotten Tomato this?
It's the Rotten Tomatoes game.
Let's see. What do you think this has on Rotten Tomatoes?
86.
72.
It has a 78 and a 76. It's like pretty on target.
Okay.
The critics' consensus is a mixture of gory slasher and sweet rom-com that ingeniously nails both formulas. Heart Eyes serves up a bloody Valentine that'll make it a hard skip a beat. I added that last part.
Nice.
The audience says, with a killer mashup of romance, cheese, horror, and comedy, this Valentine release may lack a compelling plot, but it's surely a feast for the heart and eyes.
What's with the ho-hos?
I because of all the puns in them, I'm just being like a funny guy at the end.
Like yes.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Okay, let's do Letterboxd. What do you think this has on Letterboxd as its score? Again, that will be between 0 and 5 with decimal points. Jamie, why don't you go first?
3.2.
You stole mine. I'm gonna say 3.
I'm so sorry. I'll change
It's
mine.
okay. It's okay. No. I'll say 3.
It has a 2.8.
Okay.
Which is definitely lower than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I maybe not. Jamie, you gave it a 2.5 stars on Letterboxd. I gave it 3.5. But yeah, like there are a lot of there's a lot of 2.5s here. Like just from even just like from the friends.
Yeah,
like
it was fine. It was fun.
Yeah, totally. Top 3 most popular reviews.
Nice.
At number 3, me with that one couple who talks during a movie at the cinema.
Yes.
I think it's extremely homophobic that Bro didn't kill a single gay couple in this movie. Like, are we not good enough for him?
I'm screaming.
Which is funny because it's written by Christopher Landon, who is an out gay man.
Yes.
And number 1 is somehow they both gave Senorita awesome.
What?
I don't understand that.
No. But okay. Somebody understood his number 1 comment.
5,275 people liked what that person was saying.
Maybe it's some new thing that us oldies don't get.
Yeah, are we too old?
Yeah. Are we out of the loop?
Was it a joke that I'm not remembering from the movie?
No, I just watched the movie today, and there was not a joke.
Yeah.
With that.
Anyway,
Yeah.
those are the top 3.
Whoopsies.
Okay. Should we do the 4 S's?
Yeses.
Skull, scare, shakes, and suggestions. The Talking Horns 4 S's.
4 S's are skull, scare, shakes, and suggestions. We will be doing 0 through 10 for all of those except for suggestions. Skulls is how well it handles mental health. Scares is how scary was it. And then Shakes is Can You Shake It Off? Will you remember it? All that kind of stuff. Jamie, let's start with you.
Surely. For Skulls, I gave this a 5. I also, with the caveat that like I do feel like there's a lot of these like magical kind of things that happen in rom-coms a lot. So that's kind of like the vibe.
Yeah.
For Scares, I gave it a 1 because I didn't think this was really scary. And for Shakes, I gave it a 4.5. Like, again, I thought it was fine. So it's very like kind of middle of the road. Like I there's like distinct parts and stuff, but like also it was fine.
Yeah. Nikisha.
Yeah, I gave this a 6 for Skulls, 1 for Scares because it wasn't scary, but an 8 for Shakes because I really dig this movie. It was in my top 10 last year, and it's fun.
Yeah. I also gave this a 5 like Jamie for Skulls. I gave it a 1 like all two of you for Scares, and then I gave it a 6.5 for Shakes. And I think it probably would have been a 5 or a 6, but I gave it a little bit more because of Josh Rubin specifically. So let's go into our suggestions. Jamie, why don't you start?
Sure. I gave one that you'd given before, Happy Death Day. I just feel like it's a really fun fun slasher. I would say the flip is like the romance is second, maybe tertiary, but it does have that element in there that I do think is fun.
Tertiary is a great
It's a great word.
Oh my God. You're so welcome.
Yeah, that really made my night.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tertiary.
Wow. Tertiary. Nikisha.
Yeah, I was gonna say just for more romance, You're a Monster, because that's a fun little ditty bop. And then the horrors of dating, if you want to go down that path, Fresh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
Man, that one was so good.
So good.
I'm going to say, if you want more Josh Rubin, watch Dropout. Like this is my pitch for you to watch Dropout.
It's so funny.
99% of the time, his appearances are on Make Some Noise. So definitely watch that. And then if you want to, I'm just going to name my favorite horror comedy, which is Deadstream.
Incredible.
Deadstream is so fucking funny. I just laugh thinking of his screams. Like it just Deadstream is fantastic. Another good example of balancing, understanding the subgenre that it is, the found footage, with understanding the YouTube piece, whereas this one understands the slasher piece as well as the rom-com piece. So a lot of balancing acts there from some pretty skilled horror comedy directors.
Great. Awesome. Well, that wraps up our episode of Heart Eyes. You can follow us on social media, Instagram and TikTok at Talk Horror Pod. And producer Brian, where can they listen to us?
You can listen. This is super true. You can listen to us wherever you get podcasts. So you want to go to YouTube and find a podcast, look for us. You look in on Spotify. Have I got the podcast for you? It's this one. Are you on Apple Podcasts? Well, let me give you a suggestion. This one. And then don't forget to rate and review us there. 5 stars, please.
And thank you. Yeah, all I can say is Happy Valentine's Day. Don't get stabbed.
Happy Valentine's Day.
No.
Right. Oh no, Brian got stabbed.
Yeah.
Now
he's farting. Fart eyes.
No, fart eyes. I have a pink eye. Okay, bye everyone.
Okay, bye.
Thanks everyone.
Happy Valentine's Day.